Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Hoidu Hashem ki hitoi, ki li oilam chasdoi. Hoidu Hashem ki hitoi, ki li oilam chasdoi.
Hoidu Hashem ki hitoi, ki le'olam chasdoi. Hoidu Hashem ki hitoi, ki le'olam chasdoi.
Hashem, Hapamoidem Ves Hashem, Hapamoidem Hashem, Kili Yoilam Li'olam Chasdoi. All this is over. Hapamoidem Ves Hashem, Hapamoidem Ves Hashem, Hapamoidem Hashem, Kili Yoilam Li'olam Chasdoi.
Hashem,
thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem.
Hoidu Hashem. Hoidu Hashem. Ki hitoi, ki li'olam chasdoi. Hashem, Hapamoidem Es Hashem, Ki li'olam chasdoi. Hapamoidem Es Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem.
Ki li'olam
Hashem Yitbarach, Toda Rabba Lecha, Hashem Yitbarach, Toda Rabba Lecha, Hashem Yitbarach. Thank you, Hashem.
Oh, Hashem, thank you, Hashem. Toda Rabba Lecha.
Thank you, Hashem. Toda Rabba Lecha, Hashem Yitbarach. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you,
lehoidois Lashem Toiv lehoidois Lashem Ulizamer L'shimcha elyoin Toiv lehoidois Lashem Ohoy lahagid baboiker chasdecho Ohoy lahagid baboiker chasdecho Ve'emunoscho ba'leilois Ve'emunoscho ba'leilois Toiv, toiv lehoidois L'Hashem lehoidois Lashem Toiv lehoidois Lashem Ulizamer L'shimcha elyoin Toiv lehoidois Lashem
I want to say that coming on this trip, I expected something a little bit different than what we actually got. And like, we got way more than I expected, especially from the rabbis.
I get to experience Israel to its fullest. The rabbis! And it's so much for us to make sure that we have quite the amazing balance between yeshiva learning of so many different topics and exploring Israel and seeing every nook and cranny that we can have of it.
I've learned a lot over the last 2 weeks, and certainly being in an environment and trying to ask some questions and answer them together and hear each other's questions has been very helpful to me.
Like, you guys are all family. I love meeting all the rabbis. They love to connect. They're very engaging. Like they pay special attention to every single one of us.
This perfect balance between like exploring our Jewish identity, the land of Israel, also learning and going places, exploring like our roots and the history. My highlights were probably both. I'm not a big prayer guy, but both the Kabbalah Shabbat services, the one in Sfat and the one at the Kotel.
This trip, I was able to observe Shabbat fully for the second and third time, and then also the Hajj, which is something I never got to do, and I'm just really invigorated when it comes to my Judaism, and very excited to continue to grow and learn.
I actually didn't know what JLE was before this trip. This was my first connection with JLE, and every day that I have to go through, I am more happy of meeting Rabbi Briggs, of meeting you all, of being part of this program. It has been an amazing experience for me.
And all the guys here, I'm very happy how much we bonded the last 2 weeks. You're all very special neshamot, and we always sing the song of the last Holy Jewish Wives. I wish you that you will all find your Holy Jewish Wives, every single one of you. Holy Jewish wives,
Holy Jewish wives, Holy Jewish wives, Holy Jewish wives.
I can now say that I'm a man after this trip. A trip of many milestones. My first fill-in, first Travis, thanks to all these lovely gentlemen here. The trip itself is truly manifested in such a lovely way.
Besides the accepting nature of everybody and the kindness shown by everybody, it's really been such a great learning opportunity to actually advance your Jewish neshama a little bit.
Don't live your lives as paupers. We're so rich. Our heritage is so rich. It's full of so much spirituality, so much wisdom. There's so much to gain. There's so much to share with the world, with each other, with our friends, with our communities.
So I'm giving you guys a bracha. You should be bigger. You should expand your love of yourself and your family to include other Jews as well.
My rabbi back home told me about this trip. I was like, I don't need to go on this trip. I learned Torah with you. Why do I need to come? I was wrong. Like, honestly, like, learning at the yeshiva was amazing, and that's only like a taste of it. Like, I thought it was going to be very cliquey, and I was wrong about that. Like, I actually hung out with every one of you guys. And I feel like I made lifelong friends. Like,
I'm very, very blown away by this trip. You know, I've expected, you know, that I'm going to be part of Orsa Me'ach, the rabbis would be great. But they've been even better than anything I could expect. And the group of guys, you know, really, really made this trip, you know, such like a open-mindedness really like blows me away.
I've had several experiences in the last 4 years here in Israel, and this is like my first like focus on learning opportunity, the opportunity to learn and with a group of people with yearning Jewish neshamas, yearning people who are aligned in growing, and this opportunity has been very meaningful to combine like the learning as well as kind of the activities together and really bond as a group.
My whole life I've always had a strong Jewish pride, but I never really knew why I had this pride. And the biggest reason why I want to come on this trip is to really learn and know exactly where my ancestors come from and what my religion is. And this trip did that tenfold. And I've enjoyed every moment that I've had on this trip. And it's because of where we are, and it's because of who I'm with, and I can never be more grateful. So thank you all so much.
The way that we've all been accepted by the madrich, by the other students, by the rabbis.
I mean, I grew up not religious, and one of the things that I've tried to, I think, you know, that I saw myself as an uneducated Jew, and I've tried since college and until today, just become more educated and become more knowledgeable. And I think that's what we want for everybody. Everybody wants to get together again and have a reunion, so I might arrange to have a deluxe weekend, maybe in New Jersey sometime in November.
Wow. We would like for every Jew, we want people to become independent. We want people to not be dependent on rabbis to understand Torah. We want everyone here to learn, how to appreciate through mitzvahs, to learning Torah, to appreciate that point of connection that everyone can have, to appreciate that mitzvahs are not to be looked at as sometimes we're not inspired. And sometimes we look at it as like, look, okay, fine. I got to make a blessing because God gave me food. Fine. But that's not the goal. The goal is to view every single mitzvah as a chance to connect, as a way to get closer, to connect to everybody, to stop and hear the music as often as possible.
All the JLE trips I attended, this one is in my top 4. Top 4 all time.
This is your fourth trip.
This is my 4th trip, and really, you're definitely in the top 4. But the truth is, I mean, that is true. You are top. I would love to keep the relationship alive, to learn together, to grow together, to connect together, and finally, I want to say thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem.
Holy
Jewish wife, holy Jewish wife, da 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 da. Holy Jewish wife, holy Jewish wife.